tomorrow's fast is unique. The Avud Raham says something amazing. Chiluk yes b'neihem, she'arba tzomos, the 4 fasts get pushed off because of Shabbos, right? If Tisha B'Av, Shavuos, and Tammuz fall on Shabbos, they get pushed off, right? Chutz Masor B'Tevis. It says Asor B'Tevis, which can never fall on Shabbos, but if it would fall on Shabbos, you would have to fast even on Shabbos. Why is that? Well, you do fast on Friday. Asor B'Tevis is the only fast that falls out when? On Friday. So you're singing Shalom Aleichem and you're fasting. It happened a couple of years ago. Our calendar is so arranged, but it can fall out on Friday. Asor B'Tevis is the only fast that we have that can fall out on Friday. That means you're fasting on Shabbos. Because you're singing Shalom Aleichem and you're fasting. And he says even if it would fall on Shabbos, which it can't, it wouldn't be pushed off. Why? Because it says in Yecheskel be'etzem hayom hazeh, just like it says by Yom HaKippurim.
So it cannot be nidche.
It can't be pushed off. Just like Yom Kippur can't be pushed off, tomorrow can't be pushed off. Because it says etzem hayom hazeh by Yom Kippur, and it says etzem hayom hazeh by Asor B'Tevis.
So if it happens on Shabbos, what do we pray?
Well, it doesn't fall. It can't fall on Shabbos. But theoretically, if it would fall on Shabbos, it would not be pushed off like Tisha B'Av. But it can fall on Friday. And Asor B'Tevis is the only fast that we have that falls on Friday, so you're fasting Shabbos. Friday night, you're singing a Shalom Aleichem when you're fasting. And the Avud Ram says that all the other fasts cannot fall out on Yom Shishi. Only what? Asor B'Tevis.
Yom Kippur.
So the question, what?
Can Yom Kippur fall on a Friday?
No Jewish fast can fall out on a Friday except Asor B'Tevis.
Why is that so?
Why is that? So we see there's a kesher between Yom Kippur and Asor B'Tevis. That'd be a good idea for a talk. It's too late now. What is the connection between Asor B'Tevis, Avram, and Yom Kippur? Because Yom Kippur says Be'etzam Yom Hazeh. So you're going to ask, can you do me a favor? Can you make a copy? So I want to about the fast day. Why the fast one tomorrow? You make 5 copies.
You're second in line.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What do you need?
Yeah.
On both sides?
Just the yellow side.
Okay, let me do the
Yeah,
first.
just the yellow side, right? And then this way we can go over what's the connection between Yom Kippur and Asor B'Tevis, right? Why is there a connection? Because it says Asor B'Tevis Etzem Yom Hazeh. What does Etzem Yom Hazeh mean? In the middle of the day, the king of Bavel besieged to Jerusalem. Yecheskel says that. And it says Etzem Yom Hazeh by Yom Kippurim in the book of Leviticus. Etzem Yom Hazeh. So we see there's a kesher between what? Yom Kippurim and what? And the fast of the 10th. What can be the connection? What can be the connection? Now let's think. Yom Kippur is Yom Hadin, right?
Yeah.
Sam Sprecher says that Asor B'Tevis is also Yom Hadin. So therefore, Tanakh uses Etzem Yom Hazeh by Yom Kippur. Tanakh uses Etzem Yom Hazeh by Asor B'Tevis. It has an essence of Yom Kippur, said on Sam Sofer, because just like Yom Kippur is Yom Hadin, he says Asor B'Tevis Gam Ze Yom Hadin. Yom Hadin on what? So Yom Kippur is Yom Hadin, Mi Yichya Mi Yamut, right?
Yeah.
So Asor B'Tevis is the Yom Hadin ala Atid. Motai Hagolus Nigmar. In B'Shana Haba, in Mashiach Yovo B'Shana Hazeh. You hear the Sam Sofer? Just like Yom Kippur is the Yom Hadin. For an individual who will live and who will die, Sam Sofer says that Asor B'Tevis is the Yom Hadin if Mashiach will come this year or not. You know what? How many? 5, right? 4? 4 is enough.
What's the
That what happens at the Etzem Yom Hazeh by Yom Kippur It says that's in Yom Hazeh by Sprecher. The Budraham says that if Sprecher fall on Shabbos, we have to fast on Shabbos.
That's
The Budraham says that.
because it says
That's
the buzzing
Yom
on the
Hazeh.
flash, yeah.
That's Yom Hazeh. The question is why. Four?
It's four.
Four or one more? You got it.
Thank you very much. Okay, Bakasha. Okay, let's take a look.
What does it have to do with this year?
So, you want a copy?
No, I want to see what I have to do to
Yeah. So let's look at
fast.
source number 2, Avram. See source number 2? Sefer Avudraham. The chilik yesh b'neihem. Sharba hatzomot nidchok lepamim. The 4 fasts get pushed off. If it falls, Shivos Matamas falls on Shabbos, it get pushed off. Chutz masor b'tevis. See number 2. Chutz masor b'tevis. That will never. She'ena chal olam b'Shabbos. It can't fall on Shabbos. Avol chal lepamim when
Shishi.
Yom Shishi. Umetanim bo bayom. Afilu hoyachal b'Shabbos. Even if it would fall on Shabbos, lo yochal l'choyster l'yom acher. You couldn't push off Sor b'tevis. B'nei shenema boy b'Yechezkel 24. What did it say? Ki b'etzem yom hazeh samach melech bavel Yerushalayim. Kamo b'yom HaKippurim it says b'etzem yom hazeh. The Sharat Tzaymois and all other fasts, including Yom Kippur, ein achalan lo'olam b'yom shishi. So ma keshed the Yom Kippur to what? A Sor b'tevis. So some Sprecher says, just like Yom Kippur is the Yom Hadin for the individual who will live and who will die, tomorrow is the Yom Hadin ala Atid. He says the Shar Tzomot ala Avar. But tomorrow is the Yom Hadin ala Atid, Motai HaGolut Nigmar, in B'Shana Haba, in Mashiach Yavo.
Where's the custom?
I heard it in the name of some Sprecher, I don't remember where, but I heard the name of some Sprecher. That this is, he says, just like in Kippur is the Yom Hadin, tomorrow is the Yom Hadin if Mashiach will come this year or not. So that's why in Kippur and Asar B'Tevis are unique. Both of them have Etzam and Yom Hazeh, and both of them, if they fall on Shabbos, you would have to what? You would have to fast. Pretty amazing, right? Look at source number 4. The Mishnah Brura, Rabbi. See Mishnah Brura? Source number 4. Yeah. Chayav l'tanot. See Mishnah Brura? Source number 4. Chayav l'tanot. Umedivra hanavim. K'dusid b'Zachariah. See that? Tzom ha'revi. When is the fast of the font? He'll explain over here, I think. V'tzom ha'chamishi. V'tzom ha'shvi. Tzom ha'asiri. Tzom ha'revi. When is the fast of the 4th? Yud Zayin b'Tammuz. Chodesh HaRevi, the Minyan HaChadoshim. The Tzom HaChamishi, when is the fast of the 5th? Zeh Tisha B'Av, the B'Chodesh HaChamishi. The Tzom HaShvi,
Yom Kippur.
Zeh Tzom Gedalia, the B'Chodesh HaShvi. We're talking about rabbinic fast, right? He's talking about rabbinic fast. The Tzom HaShvi, Tzom Gedalia, Chodesh HaShvi. The Tzom HaSiri, Zeh Asora B'Tevis, the B'Chodesh HaSiri. The Chol Elu Hayomim, says Mishnah Brura, Kol Yisrael Mitanim, Mipnei Atzorosh, because what happened today, La'orer HaLavavosh, L'fakeach HaDivrei Tshuva, Ve'yezeh Zichrein L'maseinu Haroyim. He's quoting the Rambam. I don't know what it doesn't say, but he's quoting exactly the Rambam. Why are you fasting tomorrow? To go on a diet? To remind us, Maseinu Haroyim, Avaseinu, Shoyeka Maseinu, Ata, At Shagorim Lahem Belanu, Oisan Atzorot. Shebezichvan Advarim Elu, when we remember the Noshiv Lahetev, hopefully we will want. Come better, Kamoshanema, Bisvada Savonam, Vesavon Avotam. Lechein Chayev Kolish, Losum Es Liboy. So tomorrow, every person should sim lave. How do you say that in English? Sim lave. Pay attention. To search his deeds, and to what? Tshuva. Ki ein ikar atainus. You hear? Says the Mishnah Berurah, the ikar is not the fasting. What's the ikar? To do tshuva, k'mo shekasul b'anshe Ninveh. Vayar Hashem et Maseyem. It doesn't say God saw their fast. It says what? God saw their what? Their deeds. You've got to change your evil ways. Ram Chazal et Shakam et it doesn't say God saw their fasting. Ela es Maseyem. God saw their deeds. Ve'natanu. So what's the purpose of the fast? Ve'natanit. Slicha, if you're here, you have to.
Yeah.
I can't teach you.
All right, I got it.
Can you wake him up? Because otherwise Ve'en hakavana. You're saying ve'en tanis el achana l'tshuva. Tanis is only achana l'tshuva. What's achana mean? It's a preparation. So he says the ikar is not the fast. The fast should stimulate a person to do tshuva. L'chein oisam anoshim. Listen to this, Mishnah Berurah. Those people, kashem mitanim, tomorrow they fast, they go for a tiyul. Or they go shopping. In the word tafsu ha-tafel, they grab the tafel. What does tafel mean?
Secondary.
Yeah, v'yinich what the ikar, and they leave the essential. The ikar is not the fasting. The ikar is what? You've got to change your evil ways. He says those people, tomorrow, they go on a tiyul, or they go shopping, they grab on the tafel, and they forget about the ikar.
When does the fast start? What's that?
It starts at dawn. When is dawn? Check the New York Times, right? Starts at dawn.
Shoppers at 5:23.
Oh, it starts by dawn. Dawn is before that, no? Hmm. Right?
It depends who you ask.
When is dawn, right? So,
Okay.
so why fast on a fast day, Avram?
Yeah.
You ever wonder why every person has something lacking in his life? Ooh. There isn't one human being that has what every person, even a millionaire, has something lacking in his life. David, you ever wonder? Pranosa, health, happiness. Every human being has something chasaron.
It's called having a lack. Yeah, in English it's a lack.
Even a millionaire.
Everybody everywhere has a lack. That's a common thread.
No one is mushlam. You ever think about why? What?
Yaakov Avinu said he had a cold.
Yeah?
They had the cold.
Okay, I'm talking about not the ovois. I'm talking about, right? Every person, right? Why is that? Kidei lahargish et HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kaviyachol is homeless. God hasn't have a house for almost 2,000 years. The Shekhinah is homeless. Right?
Beis Hamikdash.
There's no Beis Hamikdash. So in order to feel Kaviyachol, God's pain, that he has no home, so therefore every person has something missing in his life to identify that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has also missing. He has no Beit HaMikdash. Believe Mikdash. Shechina begalut. My parent is homeless. So that's what we should be thinking about tomorrow. You hear that? To remind us, that's why every person has something lacking in his life. Pretty interesting, huh? Okay. Look at footnote 3, the Shulchan Aruch. With me, footnote 3. Want to read it, Avram? Footnote 3, number 3.
Shulchan Aruch.
You have one, David? You have one? Footnote 3.
Orach.
Orach Chaim, Hilchos Tisha B'Av. Go ahead.
Hilchos Tisha B'Av. Yishar.
Tanis. Next line. Chayavim.
Chayavim. Lehit Anot. B'Tisha
Tisha B'Av.
B'Av. That's an abbreviation.
Yud Zayin B'Tammuz.
Yud Zayin B'Tammuz.
When is the Gimel B'Tishrei? Tzom Gedalia. Basor B'Teves. It's tomorrow. Because of the tragic bad things that happen. Right? So the siege begins tomorrow in the year 587 BCE, the siege begins. It's the beginning of the end. Even though no Jews were killed, nothing was destroyed, but it's the beginning of the end. Okay? Interesting.
Well,
You look at the tour, see number 1, where it says Charya. He explains all the historical things that happened during these days. You with me, Aaron? See number 1, it says Charya. After number 1, it says Charya. See there?
See number 1.
Yeah.
On the page here. Tur, Warcha.
Yeah, the next paragraph.
Oh, Gar Sinam.
Rabbi Kiva Hayadorish, next paragraph. You see?
Oh, Rabbi Akiva, yeah.
Kayomar Hashem, Tzoma Ravi, V'Tzoma Chamishi, V'Tzoma Shvi, V'Tzoma Shvi, Lebeitu L'Sosan Simcha. Tzoma Ravi, when is fast of the 4th? When is that? Yud Zayin B'Tammuz. What took place then?
the Revi?
Yeah.
Yuzayim B'Tammuz.
Shabo Hufkoir. The walls of the city were smashed by the Romans. Shenema B'Chodesh Ravi, B'Tes L'Chodesh, Yichazek Harav B'Ir. B'Tabak Ha'ir, the walls were split. V'Lama Nikor Ravi. Why is it called the 4th? Chodesh Ravi. Shemoinin L'Chadoshim Nisan, right? If Nisan is number 1, then Tammuz is what? 4. Tzoma Chamishi, you want to read continue? Tzoma Chamishi.
Zet Vav?
The Tisha B'Av.
Yeah, Tisha B'Av.
Shabo.
נשרף בית אלוקינו.
Right. Shenemar.
בחודש חמישי, בעשור לחודש.
Begomer, etc. V'lama Nikor Shabai Chamishi. Why is it called the 5th?
Okay, בסדר.
Chodesh Chamishi. Tzoma Shvi, Zeh Gimel B'Tishrei. What happened then? Shabo Nera Gedalia Ben Achikam. V'lama Niktaf Kan, Lamdecha Sheshkula Misa Tzadikim, Straight Bez Volcano. When a tzaddik dies, it's a tragedy like the temple was destroyed. V'lama Nikra Shvi, Shu B'Chodesh HaShvi. Tzoma Asiri, that's tomorrow. Zasora B'Tevet, Shaboy Somach Melech Baba Yerushalayim, Shenema Hi Devar Hashem Elai. This is Cheskel talking, right? B'Shana Tishi B'Chodesh Asiri, B'Asal HaChodesh Ben Adam. V'lama Nikra Shemay Asiri, Shu B'Chodesh Asiri. Okay? So this is the sources for fast one. You can keep the paper if you want. Okay.
This tall, strong guy.
What?
A bit older, tall guy, and he's always homeless. I don't know what it is. It's like
Now you know what homeless, right? Are there any questions on so Tzoma Siri, Surah B'Tevis, right? Samach Melech Bava Yerushalayim. Maybe we can find a reference in the Pasha of the week to Surah B'Tevis, because there has to be a connection, no? What do you think? Pasha Vayichi, you think you can find a connection? What?
Hakira.
What?
Hakira.
What do you mean Akira?
Let's look at the result.
Oh, Hakira, yeah? Yeah, you can keep it if you want. I read it twice. I just read it twice. Yeah. If you want, you can take the paper. Pasha of the week is Vayichi, right? Shabbos Chazak?
Okay, yes.
Right? The Shabbos Chazak, isn't it? Chazak, Venish, Chazak. He bombs his father. Why does he do that? Page 159.
159.
No, before that. He bombs his father, page 157, no? Look at 157 Bet. You with me or against me?
With you?
Yeah. Want to read that?
צו יוסף את רבדיו,
Yeah.
הרפאים, לכנות את אביו.
What does that mean? To
And
make
he,
his father a mummy. To make his daddy a mummy.
to make his money?
To make his daddy a mummy.
Yes.
It's against the Torah.
Why do you
It's
do it?
against the Torah.
This is before the Torah was given,
Very
right?
good. Against the Torah. but the Torah wasn't given yet.
So why did he
Keep
do
the
it?
7, go to heaven. A goy can mummify, but still, why did he do it?
He knew, in other words, he knew all the Torah before it was going to
You're right. So you're right. A goy can do that.
He wanted to bring him in.
Yeah, but a tzaddik's body doesn't decompose.
How did he know?
He knows Father the tzaddik.
No, how did he know that his body doesn't decompose?
Well, how does he know?
Even it's amongst the goyim they have it. You know, I was reading a book.
What?
I was reading this book. When you hear this is really fascinating.
Yeah.
This guy wrote what was his name? I forget the guy's name. He was a Catholic historian, and he wanted to defend the Pope. This guy, whatever his name was, during World War II. This guy,
Yeah.
he wrote. It's called Hitler's Pope or something like that.
Yeah.
He was a British Catholic, and he started out. He wanted to defend the Pope during World War II, right? His actions, right?
Yeah.
Because what he did was that Pope actually. So anyway, they gave him access to the Vatican archives, and he was shocked, right?
Yeah.
It was worse than he thought, right? There was documentary evidence. He helped set off World War II.
But what's it got to do with mummifying?
Well, let me just finish.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, this guy was a real snake, right? And
Yeah.
he put on a show like a holy man. So anyway, when he kicked the bucket, so they had his body there, and they said the body, usually, they have it, this is what I'm telling you, they have, amongst the Goyim, they have a tradition that a holy man, his body doesn't decompose and this, that, and the other. So they kept his body and stayed at the Vatican or something, and automatically he started decomposing and giving off a terrible smell, and parts of his body started falling off. This is what he writes, this Catholic, about this. So it's a tradition amongst the Goyim.
Right, that the body of a tzaddik
doesn't get.
Can you find this article?
I just read it somewhere. It was a synopsis of his book.
Okay.
The book was called Hitler's Pope. Cromwell was it? What was it?
Okay, Hitler's Pope. Look.
Yeah.
What was his name? You know him. He knows all the popes. He's Italian. What was that pope's name?
Pius 11. No,
Something. It was
12,
during World
11.
War II, and right, he was Pope before World War II,
Pius
during, and right
11,
after.
yes.
Right.
You think Paul? Also Paul?
Pius.
Pius, yeah.
Right. He put on the show as a holy man, and he's very thin, and rolling his eyes. One of these guys,
So why did he? So the Mepharshim explain why he did it. Is take a look what Rashi says. Rashi says in our parsha over here. Why did the Mitzvim cry so much when he came? When he died? Why did the Mitzvim cry?
Because the Nilus was.
Look at Rashi. Yeah, you're right. Page 157.
157.
Pasuk Gimel.
Pasuk Gimel.
Yeah, you want to read that? Vayiblu lo yaborim yom.
Vayimlu lo arba'im yom ki kain yimlu yamei.
It takes 40 days to embalm. Vayivko also Mitzrayim Shivin Yom. The Mitzvim cried for him 70 days. Why are the Mitzvim crying for him? Why are the Mitzvim crying for him? So look at Rashi. Rashi Gimel. You have that? Yimlu lo, left column. Hishlimi lo yemei chanitosoi. At shemala bar yom. It takes 40 days to embalm. Next Rashi. Vayivko also Mitzrayim Shivin Yom.
The embalming process takes
40 days. That's what the Torah says, right? It takes 40 days. That's what it says in Pasuk
That was
Gimel.
what the Egyptian Shita or something?
Yeah. But now look at the next Rashi. Yifko Isa Mitzrayim Shivim Yom.
And they wept for him.
Why 70? Why did Mitzrayim? Arboyim lechanita, Shloisha lebchiyah. 40 days for embalming and 30 days for what?
Weeping.
Why did they weep for him? Lefi, go ahead.
Lefi sheba'a lahem bracha leraglo.
What does that mean?
That because
When
he
Yaakov came,
to
a
them-
bracha came with his feet. When Yaakov came to Cairo, a double bracha came. What's a double bracha? Shekala harav, the hunger ceased. The famine stopped. And the water of the Nile was blessed. And when Yaakov died, these blessings went away.
You know what happened last week?
So he was afraid they're going to deify his body. If it doesn't decompose, hey, it must be a god.
A few weeks ago,
Yeah.
Israeli sent a new machine in Gaza that transforms air in water.
I know, Israel has an invitation. They take the moisture from the atmosphere.
And they sent it to Gaza last
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago.
Transforms what to water?
they extract moisture from the atmosphere. Israel invented a machine that extracts.
People getting flooded into the who knows what.
There were 3 people drowned yesterday.
Yes.
You get flooded
A couple in an elevator. Can you imagine
A
that?
young couple in their 20s.
In an elevator,
What's
In
another
Tel
one?
Aviv.
and another command in a car.
Because of all the rain. Because they don't have the
Mi
sewage.
b'mayim, mi b'ayesh.
That's right. But in an elevator, I mean,
In
they
an elevator.
couldn't-
It was trapped in a.
They couldn't. I mean, the elevator door didn't open. Huh?
They'll never tell you.
They called the fire department, I guess.
They called the fire department. They came too late, what?
I guess.
They got there too late.
Young couple, in their 20s.
Yes, 24.
Anyway.
Nebuch. What's the message, right?
Today is the first day, the rest of your life.
Yeah, right. All right, so let's try to make the best use of it.
Yeah, right?
Treasures the little moments.
So he went through bombing him because he was afraid if he wouldn't have bombed them, the Mitzvah would say he's a god. He's not decomposing. So therefore, he went through this process. But after Matan Torah, you can't do that. But this was before Matan Torah, right?
Yeah, okay.
Before Matan
Where is that
Torah.
forbidden?
So he dafke did it so they wouldn't
Where
think he
is
was
it
a god?
forbidden?
Excuse me, I have a question.
It says, Ki kovetik berenu. It says in the book of Devarim,
So when they put him in Kever HaMachpelah,
yeah, he was mummified.
did they mummified him?
No, I don't know. I don't
They
think
kept
so.
him mummified?
I don't know. It doesn't say they unwrapped him.
Once he's mummified,
It doesn't say that they unwrapped him, right? It says Ki kovetik berenu in the book of Devarim. A person has to be buried in a natural. It's a positive mitzvah
Yes.
to bury the body in a natural way. It's written Ki kovetik berenu. Pashas Ki teitze. Rabbi Yaakov Goldman. You want to go there? You asked a good question, so let's go there. In Pashas Ki teitze. Yeah. Page 600, Pasuk Chav Gimel.
600.
Chav Gimel. Yeah.
No Talim.
Talking about a criminal. We execute a criminal by stoning. You have to hang up the body, but don't keep the body hanging. Ki kovar tigbarenu bayoimahu. Bury him. You should bury him on that day. That's what it says, right?
So,
Rabbi
so
Yaakov?
we learn that from criminals? What,
1
regular people
minute.
have to
So how come it says bury him, you shall bury him? So if you only say bury him, I would think only a criminal,
do? Yeah.
after he is executed, has to be put in the ground in a natural way.
Right.
A regular person, maybe you can embalm him.
Yeah.
So it says, Ki kavoi tigbarenu. Bury him and bury him. It's written twice.
Yeah.
Not just a criminal, but any Jewish person that dies has to be buried in the ground in a natural way.
Wow.
Therefore, it's repeated, Ki kavoi tigbarenu. Deserve an answer. So you learn it from here, but you also learn it from Koheles. Let's go to Koheles. You learn it from Koheles also.
That what?
That the body has to be put in the ground in a natural way.
Really?
Rabbi Yaakov asked a good question. So I showed him Deuteronomy 22, 21.
Yeah, and remember there was also that incident in...
But look what
Yeah,
Koheles
yeah.
says.
Six-
Koheles says,
690.
1 second. Koheles, page 690,
V'yashav.
Pasuk Zion. Koheles 690 Zion. So that's 1 second. In English, it's Koheles 12. Koheles 12, verse 7. Ecclesiastes 12, 7. By us, it's 690 Zion.
Got it.
All right.
90 Zion.
It says, what? Koheles 12, verse 7. The Yoshev Ofal Oris Keshahaya, only when the body is put back into the dirt, into the dust, as it was, meaning in a natural state.
Yeah.
Only then, V'horuach Toshiv Elohim, only then can the soul return to God, Asher Nasana, who gave her. Isn't it an incredible verse?
Return.
Only when the body is put back into the dust in the earth, Keshahaya.
Why Tachlichim?
That's Pi Kabbalah. V'ruach Toshiv Elohim, Asher Nasana, only then can the spirit return to God who gave us. So it's torture for the neshama to retard the decomposition of the body. Because the neshama cannot return to God until the body is put back in the ground in a natural state.
Where does it say the word dead body here?
What's it talking about?
Oh,
That's what he's talking about.
He's talking about in the previous pasukim?
Right, he's talking about Yosef ha'afal oretz keshahaya. When the body is put back into the dust of the earth as it was, keshahaya. Because God tells Adam, offer atah, bal offer tashuv. Doesn't God tell Adam that? You are dirt, and until dirt you shall return. So Koheles picks up on that, and only men can...
What about that?
To whom does it say it? For you are and for you.
God is speaking to Adam. He's speaking to Adam, right?
Rabbi Sprecher, what about was it Ezekiel 37 or whatever?
Yeah.
They talk about the war of Gog and Magog, and they were supposed to bury the dead, wicked Goyim soldiers.
So the Ramban learns from there that even a dead goy you have to bury.
So the dead Goy you have to bury, called the Homer.
Right? He learns from there that we have a mitzvah to bury a dead goy.
Is that it's a mitzvah?
That's what the Ramban learns.
So not everyone holds like that.
Rashi says no, but the Ramban learns from there that even though it's not one of the 7 Ochai laws, it's a mitzvah for a Jew to bury even a dead goy. Otherwise, why would
613?
It's kovak de berenu? Why does Yecheskel say that after the war of Gog and Magog, the Jews will spend many months burying dead terrorists? So from here, the Ramban says, from here you learn there's a mitzvah for us to bury dead goyim, even though it's not one of the 7 mitzvahs for them.
Former mitzvah.
Rashi,
when they executed Eichen in Yom HaShemo, they didn't bury him.
Rashi doesn't agree, but that's the Ramban's opinion.
What does Rashi say?
Rashi says that the mitzvah to bury is only for a yid.
So if a guy asks to be burned,
it's no issue for a guy.
there's no issue.
Yeah, they have it. It's very
No issue
popular.
for him.
It's very popular in the United States.
So are we allowed to do it to him?
According to Rashi, yes.
Yeah, but you're
According to
burning,
Rashi, yes.
you're burning a Tel Malatim.
Zol brennen.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
You translate.
Burn, baby, burn.
Hang down your head, Tom.
So it's a machlokus.
What? The Rashal wants to make up shara between Rashi and the Ramban.
Yeah, what's his?
Is it a mitzvah for us to bury dead goyim or not? Rashi says, live.
It's mechaya.
Why waste your time? But we should go.
It's a mechaya.
Right.
Why did Yeshua ben Nun bury the kings that he executed?
He did?
And David HaMelech buried his enemies?
Oh, making look
So the Ramban learns from here.
Jews. He's very
No,
Jewish
enemy. No, goyim.
Goyim?
Terrorists, right? Read the book of Joshua, the book of King
They
David.
buried them?
They buried them. The Navi that goes out of its way to say that Yeshua and David bury their enemies.
Really? Why?
So the Ramban learns from here that what?
It's a
There's a
mitzvah.
mitzvah to bury, like Shmuel said, they also have a Tzelem Malakim, right?
Even the Rishonim, in the murders. Not just
Tzelem
talking
Malakim. That's
about
right. But the Rashi disagrees. So the Marshal makes up shara between Rashi and Ramban. He says that the mitzvah to bury dead goyim on us is only in Eretz Yisrael, not to pollute the land. In Brooklyn, you can put them in a dumpster.
Okay.
So Lama like is Rashi and the Ramban. That's how the Marshal in Israel. He says in Israel, everybody would agree there's a mitzvah to bury a dead goy.
They got special
I
rules.
would
Eretz
just the
Yisrael.
opposite. Ship them to Egypt or something. Get them out of here. Get their bodies out of here.
One's for glass and one is for dead.
Really? It's a mitzvah to bury a murderer? All these murderers, right? They murder Jewish people, God forbid, right?
According to Ramban,
But the other opinion is you have to...
he brings a riot from Yecheskel, Gog and Magog, David, Yeshua.
Is there opinion you don't have to bury him? You just burn
According to
them?
Rashi, he says that you don't have to, but
Burn
the
them
Marshal
and stuff them
says
in.
that even Rashi would agree that in Eretz Yisrael you would have to.
Even Rashi?
That's the Marshal wants to make up shara between Rashi and the Ramban.
Rashi didn't say it himself.
No, but the Marshal is learning shot that this way they don't.
All right, so
They
it's a
both
machlokas.
agree, right?
Machlokas.
But everybody agrees there's no mitzvah for goy. The question is whether we have an obligation. For stay. It's not one of his 7 Noachai laws,
Right.
right? It's not.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
there are, how is the expression of Umat Olam, the righteous of the...
Hasidim Olam.
Hasidim Umat
Hasidim
Olam. If you
Olam.
don't know if a guy is a Hasid Umat Olam,
Yeah.
and they also have a resurrection, don't they?
Well, it says Rabbi, many will be resurrected. It doesn't say
So-
just
A
Jews.
lot of good. Right?
So
Righteous goy will also
Yeah,
be, right?
right.
Doesn't
Decent
say,
Gentiles.
right?
A lot
so
of
if you
decent
don't
Gentiles.
know, he might be one of them.
Right,
And
yeah.
he's got the
Yeah, but if he's a
right.
murdered terrorist, you can be pretty certain he's not.
You've seen all those movies.
Maybe he did
No
true
matter if they kill a guy.
When did he do tshuva? After he was
Yeah.
after he was killed?
when he was
They
executed.
bury him, yeah?
They always bury him. Okay, sometimes.
Sometimes they put him in a meat grinder.
Maybe half or something.
They put him in a meat grinder.
I thought they would sink him in the bottom of the river.
They
or
never
something.
found Hafa?
They never found him, right?
They never found
They
Hafa?
never
They
found
always
Jimmy.
moving the bones. They always doing.
He's in the bottom of some river somewhere.
They just grind the bones.
Now, the interesting about page 158,
Because they'll come back.
158, Pasuk Tezvav.
158.
Yeah.
ויראו החי
So look at
יוסף.
Pasuk Yudalit.
Try go out.
Vayoshev, please. Vayoshev Yosef Mitzrayim. So they
You don't want to do it.
158
I don't recommend it.
158. What?
Yudalit.
Yudal 158.
Vayoshev Yosef Mitzrayim. Yosef returns after he buries his father. Right? Hu ve'echa v'chol oida mita ligbar zavit. Achmei covers zavit. Yudalit. Yosef and his brothers returned
Egypt.
to Egypt after they buried their father. Right? They returned.
Where are you now?
On Pasuk Yudalit, 158, Yudalit. Yosef and his brothers and all the retinue, the entourage,
right.
they return after they bury the father.
Right.
So they bury the father, right?
Right.
Look at Pasuk Tezvav. You don't think it's strange? Look at Pasuk Tezvav.
Yiru achei Yosef ki meit avihem v'hashem.
Vayoimru lu yistameinu Yosef.
And they said,
V'hoshev Yosef lanos kol harash shegemanos. The brothers of Yosef see that their father died. So Rashi wonders, what do you mean? They just came back from the funeral. What do you mean? The brothers of Yosef see that their father died. Well, obviously they saw, because the verse right before that says that they
yeah, right, yeah, so.
The what?
So why is it
The
saying-
what? They just came back from the funeral. So what do you mean they saw that the father was dead?
They saw that Yosef was
Isn't it obvious?
Yeah, it's a figure of speech. They're considering it.
No, but look at Rashi
The old
Tezvav.
man is dead now, so.
So Rashi wonders. See Rashi? Oh wait, right column, left column, and back. Rashi wonders. Ma vayiru. We just saw that. Just came back from the funeral. Obvious. Hikiru b'misosa. See doesn't mean physically. They saw a change in Brother Joe's attitude. Hikiru b'misosa leitzah Yosef. They recognized their father's death had a profound change on Brother Joe
Yosef.
towards them.
Right.
Why? When the father was alive, they used to have supper regularly at the king's table,
Yeah.
at Brother Joe's table, right?
Non-stop.
And he would what? Bring them close in order to honor his father. Umishemesh Yaakov, when Yaakov died, loy karvan.
Why did he stop doing
1 minute, no longer invitations. He canceled the dinner parties.
it? Why?
So, so they figured it's Miller time, right?
Now he's going to do it. He really would.
That's right. So Hirsch wonders. So they, with their guilty conscience,
They're hooked.
they thought that this is because Joseph wants to take revenge against them.
Yeah.
Hirsch says, no, that's the way of the world. When parents are alive, siblings are closer. And when parents die, siblings drift apart.
Yeah.
So Yosef didn't mean nothing by it. That's the way of the world. But they attributed sinister motives because they had a guilty conscience.
He just had a busy schedule.
And he went out of his way to keep them close in honor of the father. That's the way it is.
Right.
But when parents die, that's the way it is in families, no?
Yeah, I get it.
Siblings drift apart.